We come here to the last part of today's lecture, which is Plagiarism Detector Tools. These tools are very important for both student and teacher. The teacher or the professor would use it to examine and assess students' work, to find the originality of their work. Now, what about students? Actually, students would do the same to assess themselves before submitting their work to their professors. So they would check and they would learn from frequently checking each work that they do and learning their mistakes and knowing how to correct them. They will do some sort of practice in order to overcome their mistakes, and they will be 100% sure that their work is original and there is no problem of plagiarism in their work. So there are several detector tools available. Some of them are free and some of them are not free. One of the most important is Authenticate. The other is Turnitin. There are others like Plagiarism Checker, like what else? Plagium, like Dupli Checker, and so on. But as I said, these two, Authenticate and Turnitin, are very effective. Maybe the writing center or your professor at your university will have other detector tools, and they will be, of help to you if they suggest them to you. So check these. Now, as I said before, I will be looking online at these tools. Let's look, for example, at Turnitin. I found a very good way of looking at plagiarism. They called it, as I said in the first part of today's lecture, plagiarism spectrum. So there are different levels of plagiarism. Some of them are very serious, such as they call it here cloning, like when you take someone else's work, word for word, and you claim it is yours. That is to say, you cut and paste, or you take the whole article and just put your name on it. Control C, they call it Control C, contains significant portions of text from a single source without alterations. So this is some sort of, if we put the right word, stealing parts of the of other people's work. Find and replace, changing keywords and phrases but relating the essential content of the source. This is like the patchwork that we have looked at in the example earlier. And so on. You have remix, recycle, hybrid, and look at this one. Even when you retweet someone else's tweet without showing to whom it belongs, this is considered a type of plagiarism. Retweeting at the same time not mentioning the original and maybe changing a few words. That is to say, actually I don't think retweet is the right word. You plagiarize someone else's tweet and change a few words in them and claim they are yours. I've heard many people say that they've seen their tweets exactly as they wrote them, tweeted and not retweeted, tweeted by other people. So even this is considered plagiarism. Here, the website tells you the frequency of each type, like cloning, it's almost 100%, that is 95% stealing. So how problematic is that? very highly problematic, and so on. Like, for example, let's say the retweet is 0.5% problematic. How serious each one is? Look at it. This is the original text, and this is the this is how it looks when someone else takes it. Someone else takes it as it is and claims it's his or hers. So the tool would highlight in a striking color, like this color here, to show that this part is taken exactly as it is. If it has certain, white spaces in between, that means these words have been changed. But here, it's 100% plagiarized. How problematic is that? Highly problematic. Here, the Control C is what we call the patchwork. When you just, for example, instead of saying since, you use the synonym and you say from the time of, and instead of saying a special, either religious, I have to read all to say what this is. You can do that on your own. Here, and is used to replace while, and another while here to replace something in the original text. So how problematic is that? Again, very highly problematic. No matter how highly problematic it is, whether it is very high or very low, it is still considered plagiarism, and it is something wrong, and you will receive punishment for it. Third case is replacing. Fourth case is remixing. It explains what it is here: recycling, hybrid, mashup, 404 error, aggregate. Just notice how it looks. Turnitin says, according to our survey, 71 of instructors review their institution's academic integrity policy with students. That means they explain them to the students. Here are 3 recommendations for how to consider the 10 types when developing academic integrity policies. So this is for instructors and universities to look at. And Turnitin, as far as I know, is not free, so you need to contribute. Usually universities register and they buy it and they make it available for staff and students. So check, that's why I said check with your professor and the writing center at the university you are studying at to check what type of detection tool is used in your establishment and how to use it. So after looking at how to use detectors, very simply, you just, most of them look like this. You either take the part you want to check, you put it here, and then you press check, and underneath it will show you and give you the percentage of whether it is original or it is plagiarized and to what extent it is plagiarized. You can also upload your work, the whole work. This is a a service that not all detector tools offer. Some of them limit you to 1,000 words, 500 words, and so on. So that means you will take, if you have a bigger work, then you will cut it into pieces and check each part separately. While others allow you, to upload your whole article or your whole chapter, and they check it for you. Finally, I will end today's lecture by saying this is, recapping what we have mentioned during today's lecture. How to avoid plagiarism, understand what constitutes plagiarism. This is what I have tried to do at the very beginning. What is considered plagiarism? Then learn what does not constitute plagiarism. Check out the rules regarding copyright. And this is something, again, the librarian and the professor would help you with. Certain material is copyrighted, so check with your institution. Learn how to properly cite references. This is what I have been trying to do in the previous lecture and today's lecture, and I'm sure in your classes of research methodology and the references you have a full explanation of how to properly cite references. Learn how to paraphrase. This is our module. Then review, and review. This is very important. A researcher usually has the patience to sit and revise and check and revise again in order to make the work in its best form. Take advantage of your professor's knowledge in knowing whether your writing sounds original or it sounds like someone else's and it needs to be changed. Also, make sure take advantage of your professor's knowledge in helping you around what detector tools are available free of charge for you, and what your problems are and how to amend them. I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture, and as usual, your comments and feedback are welcome. Please try to be clear in stating the questions you send me on Rواق, and I will, as I did in the previous lectures, I will try as much as I can to answer them all. Thank you very much and good luck.